I can assure you that I am not someone who looks at Scott Galloway and sees, millionaires today and people who are making a profit and say, I want to critique this person. I want to find something because I just don't believe, right? I'm not that kind of person. But I knew that Scott Galloway was full of absolute baloney, right? I knew it when he started marketing this idea of a boy crisis. And in his earlier works, right, when he first starts out with this type of idea, with this ideology, right, with this branding, with this boy crisis, he really emphasizes on modern American economy, right? How it shift from agriculture, industrialization, and all these different things, really playing into what we see today in terms of white nationalism, right? This patriotic, gun in the shed, right? Ideology, and this fantasy that a lot of white men really hold on to, right? In terms of American society, make America great again, right? Like, it's all just rebranding with soft language, right? Scott Galloway has a very unique dynamic in the sense that his demeanor is very modest. It's very meek, right? And so he really presents himself to be the good guy who, other men want to be, right? He's the one guy who positions himself as, he's not as strong as Musk. He's not as arrogant and loud and boisterous as Trump, right? And so your guards go down. But Scott Galloway has no degree, no credentials, no experience in sociology, anthropology, right? Philosophy, journalism, research development. But he does have experience in marketing. And he has, developed, sold, and created multi-million-dollar businesses in marketing and branding. And I don't know. I don't think I need to say more. Scott Galloway was someone who took advantage of the economy, right? He saw an opportunity. He knew how to get in. He's in right now, right? And he knows how to get out, right? Never before have men paid for people to teach them how to be men, right? It was think like a man, right? Women have always been a very marketable demographic, right, of persons for dating and for insecurity. But now men are actually in that market now. And so if you pay attention to economics and you're watching the market, this was an amazing opportunity, right? You got these young men, right? These young professionals. You got Black guys who are struggling with survivor's guilt, who don't understand African-American history and why things are the way they are. You know what I mean? They're in these corporate jobs. They're struggling with identity. You've got these young white men who really just haven't figured out their privilege, right? Maybe don't know the ways in the ways in which they do have the advantages of patriarchy, right? It's not a crisis.